Okay, welcome to this episode of Camping with the Pups. I appreciate y'all hanging in there. We had a little technical difficulty getting started, so just wanted to say welcome to everyone, and wanted to have a very special episode this year on Cyber Monday. Hopefully, everyone had a great Thanksgiving. You got some of your Black Friday deals in, but it doesn't end there. So Amazon especially has a lot of not Black Friday, but also continues on to Cyber Monday. And with that, I've scoured Amazon and found some of the what I consider some of the best gifts and accessories for RV that's open now. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into that. And this first one that you'll see is what's called a survival kit, first aid kit. There's 142 pieces to it. I will be dropping links in the description when we're done. This particular thing, you have a lot of different items for survival, but also first aid. This is good for any type of camping. And as you can see, it's 59% off right now. So for Cyber Monday, instead of $80, it's at $32.89. So that's a great buy right there. And as we go, bear with me on the technical aspects, but I'm going to drop some of these links in the comments as well as we go so that you can see them as we're moving on here. Another item that is very useful would be this portable station, solar power station. And what this one does is it provides 150 watt hours. So it's a solar generator, has your USB hookups here, has regular plugs, has all your other types of power, as you can see there, that you can do. And it will allow you to do a number of different things. So it's got 4 USB, 4 what they call DC ports. It's got a flashlight. It's got it's good for even CPAP or camping. So it'll give you a lot of power there. And as you can see, you can get different sizes here. This is 30% off. So for $76.49, if especially for some place where you're boondocking and you may not always have that extra power, this is a good backup for there. So that item by Marbero is coming in the chat right now. And as we go, if there's anything particular that you're wondering about that you'd like to see, feel free to drop it in the chat and we'll make sure that we go out and cover that as well. Another thing, talking about power, this is one that I've highlighted Jackery and EcoFlow in the past. This is almost half off. So this is a powerhouse here. This is 3,600 watt hours. And with that, you got 5 outlets. It's a fast charge. It's got Life Pro 4, so it is lithium power station. You got solar generator. One of the things I like about this brand is, as you see here, in addition to your regular plugs, you have this 30 amp plug-in. So, and this is designed just like your 30 amp plug for your RV. So you could actually plug the whole RV in if you're 30 watt, or if you have a dog bone to go from 50 down to 30, and it'll give you some of that extra emergency power there. And at half off, that's not a bad deal at all. So even if you don't have the solar going, it does have hookup for solar to go with that. And I always look at these things when they're on sale, especially when you're getting close to half off here. So here comes the one for that over there. So that's always a good buy there. Our next item then, now that we've moved away from power, is dealing with camping accessories. This folding table is kind of nice for a side table. It folds up, very compact storage. As you can see, it's just a little bag here that we'll go into, and it makes a nice little side table. Or if you're just regular camping, you can do some of the other tables you see is a little low here, but it's a small thing. It can easily be packed up and go if you're doing tent camping, but also if you're at the RV, you can set up a little place there and have his little side table there. That's 26% off at $18.39. And so you really can't beat that if this is the type of thing that you're looking to accessorize your area with. Now, talking about accessorizing your campsite, this next item is a good deal for your camping itself. You've seen some of these chairs. We have the big, what I call papasan chair, which is the big fluffy one. I've seen this. A lot of people like this. Has a hydraulic on the back, which is kind of like a rocker, so it allows you to rock a little more on that. And this is a quarter off, so it's normally 75. It's now at 56. So if you're looking for some other types, this goes a little more compact than the type that me and Daniela take on there. So you'll get some on there as well. So that's a pretty good one on that. Looks like our chat had a little problem with the table. Let me see if I can put that back in our chat here, or a table as well on that. So dealing with the chairs in the campsite, maybe you want to go camping, but you want to stay somewhere where it's a little cooler, but you don't want to freeze your butt off. So here I've got a oversized heated chair. This is more like the chair I have. I don't have the heated part, but this is more the size of the camping chair I have. So this is kind of nice when it's cold. You can keep warm. You can use it in the summer too. You just don't have to plug the heat in. But that's 20% off almost. It's at $77.66. So that's a pretty good deal as well if you're looking for a heated one there. Let me go ahead and put that in there for you all as well. If you want to follow along, you can get them as I'm dropping them in the chat here, but also I will afterwards, when this finally posts, we will go into the description and put them in there too. So with that, while we're also trying to keep warm, sorry about these little pop-ups. It's just my computer. As we're trying to keep warm also, you may want to do a heated jacket. This thing here is 15% off. Normally 140 is just under 120 is at $118.99. And as you can see here, it's got a little pack here, and these areas are what keeps warm throughout while you're out there camping. So there's a couple things you can do. Looks like a regular jacket, but it stays fairly warm because of these fast charge battery pack that goes to the heating elements. So that's a pretty good deal too if you're going to be outside for a little while, whether you're RVing or you're just doing work outside. So, and I'm going to just continue to go through. It seems like some of these links are having a little error as they're popping up, but I will put them in the description as we mentioned at the end here too. So our next item, talking about the campsite, is these plastic picnic table covers you got for the table and the actual benches. These are nice because they're waterproof. They're very easy to clean. You can spill oil, milk, wine, whatever, and they just wipe right up. Also, they come in a lot of different styles, so you can get it creative on what you like. It doesn't just have to be that plain checker picnic, although they have that. But you have some designs here as well, and that's about a quarter off at $17.58. So that's a pretty good deal too if you're looking for stuff for the campsite as you're going. Another thing, we like to sit out at our campsite, and we do put a canopy up. So these solar string lights are very nice. They're what they call the fairy tale lights, so they're very thin, but can create a little bit of ambiance. It works very nice along either the fence line, which we've done before, because we have our fences for our pups, or going along the canopy or the rim of the canopy. So works very well for that. And that's 34% off. So you're a third off at $19.72. So that's not a bad deal there. Another thing for keeping comfortable, I know it's starting to get chilly in some places, but warm weather is never far behind. So this item here is actually a lamp, LED lamp, but it's also got built in a fan. So it's a 2-in-1. So on the edge here, you've got the lights as you see, but you also have the fan part, and it hangs from canopy or wherever else. So you actually get some pretty nice rotation. You can angle it. It's got low, medium, high. And that for $15.99 is a steal. It's a little more than a third off, but you can't go wrong with that. Then again, if you need power beyond the bigger solar powers that we had, we got this. I actually got this during Prime Day, and it works very nice. This is a solar powered, so you can set it out to recharge. You got lights here. It does have plug in for your phone to plug in USB, but you also have wireless charging, and that's very nice on there. A lot of the newer phones have that wireless charging like ours do. And so that's almost half off at 42% off. It's at $23.19 now. So that is, if you're looking for something, maybe a stocking stuffer for someone who likes to do a lot of outdoors, this is a great buy there. So our next one, also dealing with the campsite, is these lanterns. And what this is it says tint camping lanterns, but you could very easily utilize this with your canopy or awning or stuff too. So it comes in a 4-pack. So it just clips on here, and you can hit for lights there. They operate on AA batteries, so they're easy to change out. And you got different light modes, so you can do daylight, warm, or cool. You can see how it's hanging. Even if you want to hang off a little tree branch, is fine. I would do probably in the canopy or awning. That gives you a little bit of light out there when you're working, and a third off, $12.74. So that's a great buy there. Our next one is actually, if you're looking at starting to see, maybe you're going to do upgrades in your RV. So I cannot say enough about these keypad locks. Once we got our RV, in our case, we got it used, so we only had the one key to it. So we would have someone have to stick around, or they'd have to wait till either Danielle or I would have to wait till the other got back to unlock. But we also found out that the manufacturers come from the factory door locks on these RVs. They don't make many of them, so there is a high chance that keys will fit on other units. So it's a good time to change your lock anyway. And I love these key ones because you have either the fob, where you can do it from a distance. You can still use the key if you need to, but you also can program in a code that you can type in. And we use this in ours all the time. I've got the keys as a backup, but I couldn't tell you the last time I've actually pulled the keys out to use them to come in and out when we're camping. And so this is a third off. It's normally $150, so it's down to $100. So that's a great idea right there. Another thing that we've just gotten that Danielle has me getting ready to put in the RV is these are very versatile. This is showing in the bathroom, and they're hook up to suction type hookup there. But you've got very versatile. We only need a couple of these bigger ones for actually in the shower. So what we're going to do is we're going to use these other smaller ones in the bath, or you also got, like I said, it's got with the kind of hook aspect here that you can do. So there's a lot of different uses you can do in the RV. As you know, storage is a premium. So at a third off, this comes with a lot. It has a 6-pack that you could utilize on there. Another thing essential that you can't do without is the actual sewer hose. I'm a big fan, at least when it comes to the sewer hoses, of Campco's RhinoFlex. They're very useful. They store very easy, and they're durable. This particular set here comes with 2 links, and I have had to use multiple times both sets of hoses connected together to get to the sewer hookup from my RV because of where they put them on the site. And so this is more than a third off. This is 37% off at $50. It also comes with the caps and your right angle to go into the actual sewer. You definitely want some type of angle to go in. It doesn't go well if you're trying to just take the hose directly. And so this pretty much comes with everything you need for $50. You can't beat that on there. Also, sticking with Campco, as we're getting into the colder weather, we have your heated water hose. Now, these come in different sizes. This is the largest at the 50-foot, and they plug in so your water won't freeze in your hose. This is basically half off. You got 48% off, bringing it from 270 down to 155, and that's for the 50 foot. If you just want to go to about the 25 foot, those are also on sale. So all of these are on, as you see, they're all at 48% off. So that's great. Or actually, even your shorter ones at 51% off. So you got $72, 50, $93, or up to your 155. So depending on the length you need, but you can't beat almost half off. Even during Prime Day, um, I've seen them come close to this, but I don't see them go below this. So if it's something you need, now would be a good time to go ahead and get that. While we're still dealing with power in the outside, if you're just starting to think about getting into solar, here's a couple solar panels at 34% off. So 158.65 comes with the 2-pack of 100 watts each. They already are set up for their high efficiency. They can go rooftop. They've already got the wiring back here, as you see. So it's a good start to the system at 158.65. As I said, regular price is $239. So if you're thinking about getting into, I would try a couple panels, have it hook in, and see if it's something that is worthwhile to you, if it's useful for you, especially if you do boondocking. If you're always plugged in at the campsite, may not be, but could be something that's useful if you do your boondocking. Now, with that, you can technically plug into any type of deep cycle batteries, although it is highly recommended that you do the lithium, because lithium are more efficient and you can use more of the power if you're especially going to be doing solar. So there's a lot of lithium batteries on sale through Amazon right now. Most of them are on the Cyber Monday. This is a good starter at almost 40% off. Instead of 300, it's down to 190. It is 100 amp hours. However, with lithium, you actually can do almost the whole 100, where with your other two, your lead acid and your AGM, you really don't want to go down below 50 too often. You can occasionally, but you really don't want to. Every time you go below 50%, it takes a little toll on your battery. So you really don't want to do that too much. So in order to get 100 actual amp hours of use on normal batteries, you would need 2 batteries at 100 amp hours, where here you could do one for 189. And if you're looking at what some of the better AGM batteries are out there, for 2 of them, you're going to be paying close to this. So it's not too bad if you're just getting started. Now, there are some other ones out on the market that might be a little more expensive, more brand name, maybe test some more. Go get those if you're going to go real serious about this. But if you're just starting into, do I want to do the lithium? I don't think you can beat this. And like I said, it's almost 40% off on there. So one thing I wish I had in our most recent trip when we were down in Florida, we went to the Keys, had a blast in the Keys. If you ever get a chance to go. There's a number of campsites that you can do. It is remote because you're in the Keys. And unfortunately, we got a flat on our Jeep. Normally, I could pump it up with some air if it's a slow leak and drive to the nearest gas station, tire place, and get it fixed that way. Fairly inexpensive if it's not on the sidewall, if it's right in the tread, which mine was. The problem is in the Keys, where we were at, the closest to get anywhere to get it repaired was an hour drive. And I wasn't able to do that with that. So what I had to do was call a mobile mechanic or repair place that would do the tires, come out and repair it. And because they're driving to you, that cost me over $300 just to get a tire repair. Normally I probably would have put a spare on and went the next day, but we were actually leaving the next day and towing it behind all the way up to Orlando. So from the Keys to Orlando, I wasn't going to tow on the donut that's your spare. So what would have been very useful if we had had it beforehand is this tire repair kit here at only $17.99. And this is basically what the person did. They used a tire repair, and the instrument's right in here, and even gives you instruction here, is basically what the person did. So I had to pay $300 for someone to come out and repair my tire where I could have done it myself for 18 bucks if I had that. So um, learn from my mishaps on the road. And like I said, this is over 30% off. This is 36%. So you can't go wrong with that. Anything for the road. That's the thing about RVing is you have the maintenance of a home and a vehicle. So you got to be prepared for that stuff. Getting back to the home, we've talked before about how RVs are tight on space and storage. So this is kind of a neat little idea. This is a toilet brush for cleaner on that, but it's compact and it can attach into very small space right next to the toilet. And if you've ever seen a lot of these RV bathrooms, there's not a lot of space in there on the wall or stuff to hook up, but there is normally enough space for something like this. So at 30% off, $8.99, if that's something you're looking for, it's a good deal on there. They do have other designs as well, where it's got more of a different shape and design. I kind of like the simple $8.99 one there. So now another one, since we were talking before about the waist hose, I have the sidewinder type of support that can go, around obstacles and stuff like that. I know a lot of people do. I've seen this out here, which a lot of people like, and this kind of gives you more of a level, well, not level, it's still going downhill, but gives you kind of more of a gradual adjustment there for some of it. One of the problems that I run into with the sidewinder, if you don't have it set up quite right, I mean, if you set it up right, it's fine, but it takes some trial and error, is once that flow starts going, especially if you got a turn and not a lot of supports under the turn, it can flop off of those supports. Here, you got a longer support, so that would work there. So with that, this is the third off at $47.76. So we might actually try that ourselves. That might be something that you're interested in. Keeping with accessories and stuff, this is actually EcoFlow. This is what they call a car refrigerator. It's portable. You can plug in. It has ice maker. You can also check on the app Wi-Fi to see where it's at and everything. It can do 12 or 24. So no matter how you have your RV set up, so you're doing solar and have 24 coming in, you can plug into that too. And so it offers a lot. As you can see, it's wheeled. You can wheel it off like a cooler. But offers a lot of different things. And a lot of people are like, well, what do I do if I don't have my fridge on when I'm traveling? Especially if it's a travel trailer or something like that. You could do something like this for the stuff that absolutely has to be kept cold and just having the vehicle or strapped down within the RV. So that's a little bit higher on the price point, but you're still taking almost 40% off. It's normally $800 and you're coming in under $500. So if that's something that you've dealt with, it might be worth the investment. Another thing, getting into our cold weather here, we talked about other heated hoses. So this is one that comes with the elbow hookup. This one's 50 foot for 104 at 40% off. Personally, I probably like the other one a little better. But you got options here, so you can do either one on this. And so number 25 on our list is these organizers. We use this now. My wife uses this for her closet. We have in our Class C really small closets, especially on her side. If you ever notice, sometimes one closet will be a little thinner, not as wide as the other one. So mine tends to hold the jackets and that type of stuff, where hers holds more of her folded clothes and acts as a drawer, because we don't have in our RV, we don't have one of these big Class A's that have like a dresser in it. We just have a nightstand type drawer in each side and two really small closets. And that's pretty much our storage back in the bedroom, other than the overhead over the bed, which a lot of people have. So what she's done is she's taken these hanging and used it to create drawers for herself. And so at 20% off, they're only $17.59 now. That's a good buy on there. The one she got, I think she got from another store, container store or something like that. Um, but I guarantee you she spent more than this on there. So another nice little accessory that we're looking at is this hitch mount stabilizer. If you've been in RV for any length of time, you know one of the complaints is that it feels like the whole thing's shaking anytime anyone moves. There's a lot of different items out on the market to stabilize that, put support legs down. This is a simple one that will actually go right into the trailer hitch on the back of your RV, and it'll at least give some side to side stability. So it's fairly quick and easy to set up and very easy to go and help stabilize, whether it's travel trailer, motorhome, fifth wheel. Most of them have a hitch on the back, and this can be used for that. So this is 20% off. It's normally 130. It's at 103 now. So that's a great deal for that. Another item, if you're looking at doing upgrades in your RV, one of the things that you normally don't have a lot of back in the living space is USB ports, especially if you don't have one that's been made in the past few years. If you have an older one, USB ports can be at a premium. So what this is just, it's, as I said, can be put in the place of a cigarette lighter or anywhere else where you have 12 volt. All this is it takes 12 volt wire here and creates, you got your two USB ports, and or actually you got your two, looks like your USB-C port and a USB-A. So you've got a couple of them you can turn on and off, and it actually has a dust cover to cover it. You have on and off, and you can actually have this wall mounted if you wanted to. So you can have this go straight to anywhere that you've got leads coming in for 12 volt. And as you know, a lot of our power in the RV is 12 volts. So this is very simple to do. So you got 20% off at $15.99. That's a great little gadget if you're looking to do some upgrades, especially around the couch area where you're watching TV and stuff. That's normally where I don't have any plugs. I might look at this myself for that. So another item that we're looking at getting ourselves is this towel rack. As I mentioned, storage within the RV is at a premium. This can actually be put either on the wall or back of the door or whatever, and allows a lot of space for your different towels to go along with a shelf up here. So with being little space in the bathroom or near the bathroom for storing stuff, this is a great idea here. It's over a third off at $20. It's normally $32. So that's a good little upgrade for you there. One thing we got recently, and it's very nice, is this little compact ice maker. It does make 26 pounds in 24 hours. Every 6 minutes you get 9 cubes ready, so it's running. You do need to transfer it. It doesn't keep cold forever, so you do need to transfer if you're having more ice made into your freezer, but you don't have to worry about ice cube trays in your freezer to make ice. So it comes with a handle, so once it's all done you can take it outside and use it for your drinks if you're unplugging it. But this is 20% off, normally $90.72. We just got this recently, and it's fairly compact. It's not that big, which is good because most RVs you don't have counter space. So that's allowed us to make some ice on the road and not have to worry about what little freezer space we have on there. Another good addition to your RV is what they call a macerator pump. Sorry about that. This goes with your waste, and what it does is it's a pump for one thing. It takes it in, not to be too delicate, but chops it all up. So it brings it down to the size of a regular garden hose as opposed to your normal sewer hose, and pumps it out. So you can use that for better management of pumping the stuff out. It can also go straight to a toilet, whatever else, depending on if you're mute stocking or something like that. The other thing that this does, since it's a pump, is you don't have to worry completely on gravity for your dump. It will. I know I've seen some other videos from some other RVers. They've used these and actually had a hose run because it was a little ways away from where they were going into the sewer. And when I say sewer, I mean actually septic, not storm sewer. Okay. But the actual septic inlet, and it was level ground. But they were able to work because the pump actually pushes it, just like your water pump pumps water inside your RV. So this is almost half off. I've never seen them this low before. Instead of $109, it's $59.99. So if you're thinking about doing this, this would be a good time to do it because I haven't seen them at this price before. So it is 12 volt, so it's very easy to hook up to, and great buy if you were thinking about doing that. So only a few more left here. Talking about winterizing, I just finished recording my video on how to winterize your RV. That'll be coming out within the next few weeks here. One option you can do is antifreeze, pumping antifreeze into it. If you have a wet bay, some of them already have this hookup where you can use your water pump and switch over to inlet the antifreeze. Some of them don't. If you're having to do the old-fashioned way, this is a hookup that actually one side screws in, hooks up to your water inlet, and the other has a hose that goes down into the antifreeze, and you have a hand pump. So I can pump it without having to do the fallback of putting a ton of RV antifreeze in your fresh water tank and using your water pump to pump it. You could use this to pump it straight through the city line, and this will work too. So there's different ways you can do, but this helps out quite a bit in those scenarios where you're having to deal with that. So at a third off almost, it's $13.59. That's not bad on there. Another item, which it can be very useful, is another way that you would clear out for your winter, especially for your water pipes there, is to blow them out. Use the air compressor to blow them out. This is one that could work for that. Also, if you need on the road and you have to fill air in one of your tires, the reason why I'm suggesting this, there's a lot out in the market, but a lot of them won't go up high enough in the PSI for truck tires or RV tires. This one will. This one goes up to 160 PSI. So that's more than enough for most RVs. Ours is about 80. I know some of your Class A's will go up a little higher than that too. But most of them, it can work on this. It is fairly compact, as you can see here in the picture, and runs on 12 volt. Here you can hook either to, it has a cigarette lighter that you can plug straight into the cigarette lighter, or it has an adapter where the cigarette lighter goes in here and go to the clamp straight to your battery if you're doing that. So this is a nice little item to have on the road. I have a big compressor because I do work in the garage. So at home, I can blow it out with that, and you'll see that in the video. But if I'm on the road and we need to do something with our tires, or let's say we're going to have it for a long period of time somewhere else and I want to blow the lines out just to be safe, this is a nice little item, especially at 20% off at $56. I saw a lot of these. They're about the same PSI for over $100, $200. So this is a great deal here, if this is what you're looking for. And finally, the last item on my list is, we've talked about this before. Some of you have seen some of the pictures we've had of our dogs in our playpen. FXW is a really solid design. This is what we use. I've got the 40-inch, which is this here. I've got 3 16-panel sets to kind of create our yard. And I've got the 24-inch height along my RV. We have a Class C RV, so they don't get up underneath. So 4 sets is great for us. We have a big area we can do with that for our 2 pups. Maggie and Jackson absolutely love it because they can come out with us and not get tied up on their tie outs. The problem with 2 dogs on tie out is they get tangled together. We can have this set up and be set. And at 15% off, that's not bad. It's normally $200, $170. But as you see down here, that you can do different panel combinations, different sizes, and create your own. They also come with a lot of items that go with. You can put stuff so that it doesn't go down. You can have these carry straps, which is hooked together a set of 8. We actually have the bags. These will hold 16 along with the poles for them. And so with that, I've got 3 sets of this for the big ones. I've got one for the smaller, and they pack up very well on that. So I would highly recommend anytime these are on sale to get them. I'd buy them on regular price myself too, but if you can get them on sale, I'd go ahead and do it. These are some of the best deals we found for RV for Cyber Monday. If you see others, please leave comments to help the community out, and we can help each other with what's there. Also, if you go to our playlist, this will be part of our podcast, Camping with the Pups. But on YouTube, it'll also be part of our playlist. I have a playlist for Amazon deals, which have come up throughout the year on Prime Day, Black Friday, that type of thing. So you can go back through some of those. The prices may be a little different since different sales have come up, but there's some good finds in those, and those will be in this playlist too. So with that, everyone, thank you for joining us. Some great deals here. As I mentioned again, within about an hour of me getting off of here, I'll have the links in the description for all the items we looked at, and go back as well to the playlist of other Amazon finds we have. Some of those are on sale for Cyber Monday as well. You got a lot of good things you can get this year for Cyber Monday. The links are affiliate links. I am an Amazon affiliate. So if you can search these and find them yourself too, but if you use our links, that's a way to support our channel for free. It doesn't cost you anything. But it does help us because Amazon compensates us a little bit for getting traffic to them. So that's the only reason we do this, is because we can help y'all out in the community. And if it helps the channel continue to go, that's great. If not, I hope you found something here. Don't forget to like and subscribe so more people can see this. And for Maggie and Jackson, the Camping Pups, and my wife Daniela, I'm Brian. Happy camping with the pups.